Wolf dog expert Jennifer McCarthy and I come from different backgrounds, but we're learning to work together to help wolf dogs and their owners. Compared to our other cases, 11-month-old Sophie seems a little more dog than wolf. But her extreme levels of anxiety are becoming hazardous to her health and to her owner's sanity. So I saw a treadmill in the back, and it looks dusty, so that means not a lot of people uses it.
This enclosure is way too small for her.
And so while Jennifer was teaching about the wolf confinement, I took the initiative of learning how to work the treadmill and at the same time introduce her on the treadmill. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove some of that energy while they're over there.
We had to look at no electric fencing. She already has a reaction to this. You can see she's running and pacing, and this is not going to solve separation anxiety. This is going to create more anxiety. What I would recommend, and I know this is a big commitment, but you guys could split it in half.
Yeah, just right there.
Is doing like 2-hour walks a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. When you introduce her to this new environment, you've got to associate it with a positive thing.
So, but are you kind of suggesting like a doggy door for a while, or?
Yeah, but that would be great for her to have, you know, more
free access.
Freedom.
Now, the nervousness that we're seeing is what we're converting into this. The reason why I want to use the treadmill, I mean, obviously it needs some use, is to help her to relax. That's better. That's good.
I do think that there are specific cases that a treadmill is necessary. There's people that have a disability that a treadmill would work perfectly for. This is something that I disagree with because I just don't believe, to me this is so artificial. I say to my clients, if you have 2 legs and you're physically capable of getting around, there's nothing like being in the outdoors with your animal. To me, this animal would get a lot more with them by being out and traveling outside, you know?
This is optional, not a must.
Right.
Would I rather buy 50 treadmills that walk 50 dogs on the mountains? No. Of course, it's very unnatural, you know? Just like a leash is very unnatural, just like a backpack is very unnatural. But if you can use it to help a dog to drain the energy from the body and the energy from the mind, meaning you're challenging them, you in a way are touching the soul.
I guess if it's raining outside, this would be a good alternative.
I'd rather leave people with many choices, so this way it's no excuse. What is a must is fulfillment.
Cesar and I do disagree on some different things, but I have great respect for him, and hopefully he'll have great respect for me, and we can both learn from each other.
Come on, come on.
The way Mr. Charlie, Miss Janice was inviting Sophie in there is tension, then let me trap you. No animals want to go in there. I don't care if you put a filet mignon and you have a chef inside there. They don't care. It's just the way they went in that they're going to associate it with a negative.
Cesar and Jennifer both agree that Charlie and Janice should completely dispose of the cramped, electrified backyard pen and replace it with a more appropriate enclosure.
Okay.
No.
But first, Cesar wants to help Sophie resolve the fear and anxiety that the pen has created.
This anxiety was created by a human who's in a rush. A human who is like forcing a dog to go in a certain situation and not taking the time to calm the mind down.
Come on, Sophie.
There you go. Wolf or no wolf, animals pick up on energy, you know, regardless of the species. And then I invite out.
Oh.
And then I invite in. There you go.
She went in that though.
You see what I mean? So she pretty much is learning to follow and trust our direction.
Taking Sophie back to the pen before they removed it was a great idea. She's facing the fear, getting over it, and moving on to the next thing before they remove it.
When we use trapping mentality, they have no choice just to escape.
When we were in a pen, and the door was open. I was surprised that the dog did not come rushing out. The dog just calmly stayed in the pen.
Make sure you make time to convince the dog that it's about that time to relax even more. There you go.
When I was taking Sophie into the pen, when everything was calm and she was calm, it was so much more pleasant, and I didn't feel so bad.
So now that you are calm going in, she sees it in a different light, in a different state of mind.
I knew that it was what we were doing, how we were acting, our energy, what we're projecting, but that's what I wanted, for him to tell us what we could do better.
It's okay. It's okay.
I like that adjustment that you just did. That was good.
We were very concerned about the destructiveness, and Cesar made it easy for us to understand on why it's occurring and how to stop that behavior. Good girl.
And I think Cesar teaching them exactly what being calm is all about is very crucial and very important. Sophie is so young, so she's highly impressionable. Now they have the information and the knowledge to take it in a different direction.
The fact that we've caught it as early as possible gives me a lot of hope. And so hopefully we'll have less trouble. Less of her getting in trouble, less of Sophie doing things she's not supposed to do.
Thank you so much for your house.
Thank you.
Now, instead of seeing the wheels are turning in the wolf mind, as the humans' wheels are turning. Now they're seeing, how can we create what we want? It's not the dog have to learn. What do we have to learn to create what we want? That is wheels turning.
Working with Cesar in Los Angeles brought about a huge dichotomy because he was coming from the dog perspective and I was coming from the wolf perspective. And we were both there to honor each side of the animal. But how do you honor something that's mixed up? Where does that leave us with this wolf dog? It leaves an animal that's highly confused. They don't know if they should be acting on their wild instincts or on their domestic instincts. And so that brings about the bigger message: don't mix these two animals. Plain and simple.
When you breed a wild wolf with a domesticated dog, you're probably not going to get the best of both worlds. Instead, you may end up with an animal with a powerful prey drive, but no natural fear or shyness. You may also be